On a small island, lost in the vastness of the Pacific, nearly 1,000 stone giants stand, frozen in time, staring inland. Their eyes, empty but filled with secrets, have watched the world change for centuries. But who built them? And why? Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, holds secrets that have evoked curiosity of explorers, scientists, and historians for generations. To this day, the statues known as Moai remain a symbol of one of the most mysterious ancient civilizations on Earth. For centuries, this island was lost to the world, hidden in the isolation of the Pacific. Its people, its history, and its secrets have captured the imagination of millions. But still, questions remain. Easter Island, known locally as Rapa Nui, is one of the most remote inhabited islands in the world. It lies over 2,000 miles west of the Chilean coast in the southeastern Pacific Ocean. Isolated by endless blue water, it's a place where time seems to have stood still. Here, scattered across its windswept plains, are the Moai, some of the largest stone figures ever created by humankind. The Moai statues are some of the largest stone figures ever created by humankind. Standing up to 33 feet tall and weighing more than 80 tons, these towering giants were carved from volcanic rock by the island's inhabitants. Yet, despite their impressive size and scale, many mysteries surround them. The Moai statues were crafted in a quarry known as Reno Waraku, a volcanic crater that served as the birthplace of the island's most iconic figures. From there, the statues were transported across the island, placed strategically around the landscape, mostly facing inland. But the question still looms. Why did they face away from the ocean, the source of life for the island's people? For generations, scientists and archaeologists have debated the true purpose of the Moai. Were they gods, ancestors, symbols of power, or perhaps something more mysterious? The truth remains elusive, and with each discovery, more questions seem to arise. What is clear is that the Moai were far more than just statues. They were symbols, representations of something much greater. But who, or what, were they meant to represent? The statue's creation is a marvel in itself, but what truly baffles researchers is how they were moved. Some of the Moai stand at 33 feet tall and weigh more than 80 tons. How could a society with limited technology possibly move these colossal stones across the island? One of the most widely accepted theories is that the Rapa Nui used a system of ropes, sleds, and manpower to drag the statues across the land. But that still doesn't explain how they managed to move them upright. It's an unimaginable feat, given the island's resources. Then, there's the theory that the statues were walked to their destinations. According to this idea, the Moai were rocked back and forth, controlled by skilled workers pulling ropes in unison to make the statues move like they were walking. Some suggest the statues were moved headfirst, while others believe they walked upright, with careful coordination. But even with these theories, there's still no clear answer to the question: how were these immense stone figures transported across the island? By the 18th century, the civilization that built these great statues had all but disappeared. The once thriving society was in collapse, the towering Moai toppled, the forests destroyed, and the island's population dwindling. But what happened? Some historians argue that the downfall was the result of overpopulation. As the population grew, so did the demand for resources, leading to overharvesting of the island's natural resources, particularly the palm trees that once covered the island. These trees were essential for building canoes and other tools, and as they disappeared, so did the people's ability to fish and trade. Others argue that warfare between different factions may have played a role in the collapse. Evidence suggests that the statues themselves, once symbols of power and authority, may have been toppled in acts of destruction by rival groups. Today, Easter Island is quiet, but far from empty. The island is now home to just under 8,000 people, many of whom are descendants of the Rapa Nui. Despite its remote location, the island has become a point of fascination for archaeologists, historians, and travelers from around the world. But that fascination comes with challenges. The island's delicate ecosystem, already damaged by centuries of deforestation and erosion, remains fragile. Rising tourism has brought new pressures and new questions. Are we getting closer to uncovering the island's secrets, or are we slowly erasing what's left of its ancient memory? But island mystery does not end with Moai statues. For years, the world believed the Moai were only heads, stone faces staring silently into the distance. But beneath the surface, something unexpected was discovered. During excavations, archaeologists revealed that these so-called heads are actually full-bodied statues with torsos, arms, and even carvings hidden underground. The figures were never just heads, they were buried over time, swallowed by soil and centuries of erosion. In recent years, scientists have begun to explore underground tunnels, buried Moai bodies, and ancient ceremonial sites that suggest the island still has more stories to tell, stories that may be buried just beneath the surface. Easter Island isn't just a place, it's a question carved into volcanic stone, buried in soil, and whispered by the wind across an empty ocean. We've uncovered pieces of the puzzle. We've studied, we've excavated, we've theorized. But the full truth? It's still hidden, somewhere between history and myth. Maybe we'll never know exactly why the Moai were built. Maybe that's the point, because some places were never meant to be solved, only felt. And Easter Island is one of them. If you thought Easter Island was strange, just wait. We got plenty of strange islands for you in coming videos. Stay tuned and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In the meantime, love nature and take care of it.